The Alliance's recent success in disrupting the Syndicate's operations provided a brief respite, but the danger was far from over. The Syndicate, wounded but not defeated, regrouped and began plotting their next move. The world was still on edge, and the Alliance knew that the battle for global stability was far from won. Elara and her team took advantage of the lull in hostilities to reassess their strategy. They held a series of strategic planning sessions to analyze the Syndicate's tactics and anticipate their future actions. The goal was to stay one step ahead and preempt any potential threats before they could materialize. During one of these meetings, Elara addressed her team with a sense of urgency. "We've made significant progress, but the Syndicate is not going to rest. They are regrouping and will likely come back stronger. We need to be prepared for their next move and ensure that our defenses are fortified." The team nodded in agreement, fully aware of the gravity of the situation. The Alliance's intelligence network had picked up scattered reports indicating that the Syndicate was seeking new allies and resources. There were rumors of clandestine meetings and secret deals, suggesting that the Syndicate was preparing for a major escalation. Elara decided to focus on two main objectives: strengthening global alliances and disrupting the Syndicate's attempts to recruit new allies. She reached out to key international partners and intelligence agencies to bolster cooperation and share critical information. The aim was to create a united front against the Syndicate and prevent them from gaining any additional leverage. Meanwhile, the Alliance's cyber intelligence team worked tirelessly to uncover the Syndicate's plans. They employed advanced techniques to monitor communications and track movements, hoping to identify any patterns or connections that could provide insights into the Syndicate's strategy. The efforts of the cyber team paid off when they uncovered a series of encrypted messages that hinted at a major Syndicate operation. The messages suggested that the Syndicate was planning a series of coordinated attacks on critical infrastructure across multiple countries. The goal was to create widespread chaos and distract the Alliance from their core objectives. Elara's team immediately set to work, coordinating with international agencies to enhance security and prepare for potential disruptions. They implemented additional measures to safeguard key infrastructure and developed contingency plans to address any potential attacks. As the Alliance prepared for the possibility of coordinated attacks, Elara's focus shifted to one of the Syndicate's rumored allies, a powerful tech conglomerate with a history of questionable ethics. There were concerns that this conglomerate might be providing the Syndicate with advanced technology and resources. Elara and her team conducted a thorough investigation into the conglomerate's activities. They uncovered evidence of secret dealings and unethical practices, strengthening the case that the conglomerate was complicit in supporting the Syndicate. The evidence was presented to international regulators and law enforcement agencies, leading to a series of high-profile investigations and legal actions. The crackdown on the conglomerate had a significant impact, cutting off a crucial source of support for the Syndicate. However, the Syndicate's resilience and resourcefulness meant that they were still capable of launching attacks and executing their plans. As tensions mounted, the Alliance faced a new challenge: a series of high-profile cyberattacks targeting financial institutions and government agencies. These attacks were sophisticated and well-coordinated, designed to create maximum disruption and confusion. The Alliance's cybersecurity team worked around the clock to mitigate the effects of the attacks and restore normal operations. They deployed advanced countermeasures and collaborated with global partners to address vulnerabilities and prevent further damage. Despite their best efforts, the attacks took a toll on the global economy and public confidence. The sense of instability and uncertainty grew, and the Syndicate's influence seemed to be expanding. The Alliance knew that they needed to act decisively to counter the Syndicate's moves and restore a sense of order. In response to the escalating crisis, Elara convened an emergency summit with global leaders, and key stakeholders. The summit aimed to address the immediate threats and develop a coordinated response strategy. The discussions were intense and challenging, but they resulted in a renewed commitment to confronting the syndicate and protecting global security. The summit also emphasized the importance of resilience and preparedness. The leaders agreed on the need for ongoing cooperation and information sharing to stay ahead of the syndicate's tactics. They pledged to support the alliance's efforts and strengthen their own defenses against potential threats. As the alliance continued their efforts to combat the syndicate, Elara remained focused on the bigger picture. She understood that the fight was not just about addressing immediate threats, but also about building a more resilient and secure world for the future. The chapter concluded with a sense of determination and resolve within the alliance. Despite the challenges and setbacks, they were committed to their mission and prepared to face whatever obstacles lay ahead. The struggle against the syndicate was far from over, but the alliance's unwavering dedication and strategic approach provided hope for a more stable and secure future.